Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. And I'm here again today to talk about Proverbs on the topic of the tongue and talking. Now, I know it sounds kind of a crazy topic, but this little thing we call a tongue has a lot of power. Or maybe you already noticed that. Now, little kids do. All you have to do is speak harshly, they'll start crying. Sometimes we ought to start crying, maybe, and just recognize that what we're saying might not be the best thing to do. So let's look here at Proverbs chapter 15. Remember, there's no particular order to this week, just bouncing around in the Proverbs. And I like these two verses today, 15 verses 1 and 2. A gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make tempers flare. The tongue of the wise makes knowledge appealing, but the mouth of a fool belches out foolishness. Now let's look at this a minute. Excuse me. A gentle answer deflects anger. Well, I've been living a few years, more than some of you, less than others. And in these years, I've learned how much the way you talk affects the way people respond. It seems like in our world today, the person who yells the loudest is the one who gets heard. But does the yelling actually accomplish any change? Oh, it riles up those who agree with you. Yeah, that's for sure. But does it change anything for the better? It's hard to give a gentle answer in the midst of an argument. You've probably been in more than your share. There's something about that argument that just stirs up our emotions. And when we get really emotional about something, it's hard to think straight. It's hard, as this says, the mouth of a fool belches out foolishness. The tongue of the wise makes knowledge appealing. Proverbs is trying to tell us here that this little thing called a tongue, I won't stick it out, but this thing called a tongue controls not only us, but others. You and I, every day, in our everyday lives, we have lots of opportunities to use our tongue. You see a lot of instances of what's called road rage, where people get angry and they start screaming at another driver. And that screaming evolves into something much worse. We have shootings and car wrecks and other stuff like that. And you have grown adults, big kids, who think that somehow physically fighting is going to solve a problem. I think the devil really likes that. Now, I don't care whether you believe in a personal devil or not. You can just say evil likes it. Whatever happens in the moment of heated anger is not going to be a good thing. So how do you diffuse it? Well, you could out anger the other angry person. That's what a lot of people seem to try to do. Or you can speak quietly and let the anger take care of itself. This proverb tells us harsh words are not good. Quiet words are the way to go. I look at my life, and many times when I had a chance to use quiet words or harsh words, I'd like to tell you I'm a champion of using quiet words, but sometimes I'm not. I'm human like everybody else who's listening, at least I suppose. I don't think the birds are listening or the dogs. It takes a lot of control to not be angry back. But I want my mouth, this one, I want it to spew wisdom and knowledge, not foolishness. God works within our lives, and He especially works with our tongues. Now, you think about yourself today. When you're looking at this, whatever time it is, some of the day has gone by. I know some of y'all listen to these really, really early. So think about yesterday then. What came out of your mouth? And if you can't think about yesterday, then get out a piece of paper and make a list today. What comes out of your mouth? Does goodness and grace and kindness come out? Or does something else? Make a list of those you encounter. How do you speak to them? How do you address someone who's really upset? You know, the police have to do that all the time. And in fact, that's considered the most dangerous call that you can have as a policeman, a domestic anger call. Because when people get angry, everything else, all restraints, all everything go out the window. And the only remedy for something like that is kindness and quietness and a gentle answer. The only remedy, not one, the only remedy. So think about what you've said these last couple of days and see how well you did. What's your success rate of gentle answers versus something else? You don't have to tell me. I mean, it's just for you, your benefit or whatever. But I'm just curious. I'll do it too, and we'll see how we come out. So thanks so much for listening. I pray you have a really great day. If you have a need or a concern, you should be sure and tell us. And we'll do whatever we can as fast as we can to help meet those needs. So until we come back tomorrow with another topic or another scripture from Proverbs, I wish you the very best. Take care. I'll talk to you again.